It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and day 4 in Poway. Lots going on today. Greg has been bringing in our 3/4 inch desert gold rock, and we've been working in the back. But since we've got all of this upper slope finished with the top dressing, I'm having the guys start staging these giant barrel cactus, and I wanted you to see how we do this. So as you can see, these barrels aren't, deeply rooted at all. And if they are, cut those roots off because you do not need to be digging a hole that deep. Then you just take, 3 men and 3 shovels. We're just taking the shovel and moving them into place. You can move these things with tarps. You can move them with pieces of carpet remnant. You can move them with hooks, shovels, whatever, by whatever means you can, as long as you aren't touching the needles. Sometimes a smaller one, I'll grab by the roots and, drag it over. But these guys pretty much need to be handled with a shovel. So they're choosing 3. Doesn't really matter. I don't care which ones. And remember, these plants aren't delicate, so, don't feel bad about rolling them around. Yeah, the dirt, we can take a brush to that or the broom to that. You can take your clippers closed, my multi-purpose tool, and just do this. But yeah, getting the dirt off of those spines is not a big deal at all. So remember, barrel cactus are no exception. If your succulent stands up, you've done your job. And you want to make sure your barrels are slightly tipped because the little yellow face on the top is so cute, and we want it to be leaning toward the sunlight. Hey guys, how much would you say these weigh if you had to guess?
Maybe
Oh,
no more than that. Maybe like no, not 100. Maybe like
here, wait.
60
pounds.
Here,
60 pounds.
Mel, wait. Here, pick me up.
Mel just got a second shot today.
Okay, and compare.
Oh,
it's way more than you.
If it's way more than me.
It's like 200.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah, then they're a couple 100 pounds because I weigh like 195.
no, you weigh 130.
30, but whatever. I'm very tall. Okay, so yeah, these weigh a couple 100 pounds, and yeah, are just super fun. Also, remember too, when you take them out of the cans, to take that opportunity to get after any weeds that you see forming around the base of the plant, because yeah, Caesar doesn't have very many weeds, but it's just so rewarding to get those things by the roots. So what we're going to do here, you can see these barrels are going to go just right on top of the ground. And as long as they're, somewhat stable, it's not like a stiff wind is going to blow them away. We're just going to work the rock around them and call it a day. The roots will figure it out. So really, these are not that difficult or very mystifying at all. Oh yeah, and then I want to pull in some contrasting rock to ribbon. We are going to be bringing in some rubble, which will either be honey quartz or Baja Cresta, depending on what the rock yard has available right now. And I also want to splash some contrasting rock on this to add visual depth. So I'm having Greg bring Vegas pink, Southwest brown, and black lava. And we're going to decide which one is best. This is a very interesting home. The color is so unusual, and I really want to play up to that, play that up to its absolute best advantage. And look at the blooms. Is that not the cutest thing? I mean, is that just an overachiever of a little cactus or what? They don't, like I said before, even look real. They're just adorable. You can get those at Waterwise Botanicals if you're in the San Diego area or just want to drive. Okay, so we will touch back in with you a little later. The rest of these barrels are just going to be staged down the row. kind of checkerboard fashion. Then we have all of this canned dirt too. Remember, I'm always telling you, don't forget about the dirt you're going to have left over in your cans. So when you're doing your mounding, if you feel like you've run a little short, we've got at least half a yard of soil right here in these cans. And this is going to go up into the area to fill and do mounding around the pool.
That looks good there.
So at the end of day 4, the Great Migration is complete. We got all of our 5-gallon and smaller plants moved back, in addition to the 15s that we didn't use in the front. The client has given me free rein to move any of her pots and ornaments around that I want. So I did move the 2 urns that were flanking the garage into I call this the air conditioner bed. And we've got the fountain, the succulent fountain moved. That was over in the area where they're going to be doing a pond. So Monday, we will be, really laying in the bones in here, moving the boulders around, staging some of the larger plants. Over here, Terry did a very beautiful job of, this took a long time because, I don't know if you all remember, but this was just dirt and weeds. And the client was frustrated because when you swim through the grotto and you come up the stairs here and come across the flagstone, you walk up here, and this is the stairway up to the slide to go into the pool. So people were tracking dirt through and up and into the pool constantly. And we didn't want to put gravel down here because we thought that would hurt on bare feet. So we did a really beautiful, shiny, polished pebble on top of weed barrier fabric. So yeah, this turned out really, really nice. I'm very, very happy with it. So this represents about 6 yards of desert gold, 3/4 inch, and we still don't have enough. But oh my gosh, how magnificent these mounds are. I mean, it's everything. Do you remember, guys, on day 1 and 2 when we were, just laying in the bones, how I talked about how this is the cleavage and we had the breast assistance on either side? Well, this is why. I mean, it just is so stunning. Also, I chose this light rock because Poway gets extremely hot from about June through November. And as we get closer to the house, I didn't want to overwhelm that dark house with dark rock. So I'm going to be going with the Southwest Brown for the win. Oh my gosh, this rock is so pretty, and it really complements. It's almost a match, really, to the house. So I'll be having Greg bring me about a yard of this, and I'll be doing what I do. How I just weave it, kind of weave it through, splash it around. We'll splash them up there too to really showcase that bedrock. And then also we will have Baja Cresta 6 to 12 inch rubble. We usually use the honey quartz, but I want the darker rock for this installation. So we'll have those chunky rubbles. And see, that's how I handle, like borders and edges, edges around lawns. And it's not that big of a deal to keep the grass out. It really isn't. So we just, kind of dry stack the rubble all the way up, and it just creates a really natural, nice looking border. We got all the barrels in. I'm absolutely passionate about how they look. It was fun and they look so great. I did go ahead and do some mounding right here at the top, or at the entrance of our barrel colony. I think it's a nice flow kind of downstream because remember, this driveway goes down and the house is set below. So we wanted to start up and have the eye cascade down. I'm likely going to bring some 2-foot boulders in to this area right in here to kind of finish it off. And then, with the rubble edging, it'll just be so great. Okay, so we are wrapping it up. Thank you everybody for subscribing, for supporting my channel by joining. Also, exciting news, our OG merch is back up in the store through spring. So if you want to get an original Design for Serenity t-shirt or tank top or whatever else we have in the shop, just hit the shop button and shop till you drop. So thanks everybody, and we will see you on Monday. This has been Laura of Design for Serenity with Team DFS and Poway with your succulent tip of the day. Bye guys.